Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. I'm Steven Rogers.
I'm Andrew Chavone. Hello. It's a special hangover edition for Steven over here. Hangover.
I'm actually hangover. I hardly know her. I'm actually surprisingly fine. I didn't. We went to a Irish bar at Pebble Beach, and if you were to think of a Irish bar name in a golf town, what would that's a pun? I didn't see if you can guess it.
Patty wax. Like whacking a ball.
I gotta tell you, that's great.
Patty wax in the logo is a guy going, huh.
I gotta tell you, yours is way better than theirs.
All right, let me think of another one.
You get three.
Oh, okay. So let me think. Hole of whiskey? I don't know. Hole in the whiskey jar?
Hole in whiskey, that's funny.
You know, like golf hole in a jar.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think the audience is following you pretty easily.
Okay, so the other one would be
like golf, there's holes.
Oh, how about this? On the green emerald?
Yeah, I gotta tell you, two of those were really intelligent guesses.
What was the other one? Hole? Hole wasn't? You tell me hole wasn't a good guess?
Hole whiskey. Yours are funnier. I'm gonna pay you a compliment right up top here. Yours are way funnier and way more thought. Yours is mulligans.
Oh, mulligan. That's good.
Mulligans is good, but I really love patty wax and emerald on the green or something.
On the green emerald.
On the green emerald, that's right. And then whiskey holes.
Hole in one whiskey.
Hole in one whiskey, yeah, because you could switch it. Whiskey in one hole.
Whiskey in one hole. Two girls, one cup of whiskey. Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man, but good to see you, buddy.
So we're doing remote because you've been on the West Coast, up and down Pacific Northwest.
I'm all over the West Coast. I'm like warm weather. I'm only on the West Coast right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right. That's pretty good.
What
Pacific Northwest is cold, so I was confused at first.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It was freezing.
Aren't you in the north, though? Aren't you in the North Pacific right now?
Yeah, I'm in Napa right now, so yeah, that's north of San Francisco.
Oh, wow. Good valley?
Napa Valley. But, man, so
what's
far
better,
our bits
though?
are on the peaks.
Wait, what?
So far our bits are at the peaks.
Oh, yeah. Is Napa Valley as good as Napa Mountain? Because I've been hearing mixed reviews here.
I don't know. But I heard that Napa Mountain won't legalize marijuana, and they said, ain't no mountain high.
That's their stance.
Yeah.
What about that other? Isn't there a John Denver song, Green Mountain High?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Whatever.
But that's Denver. We're in California.
That's true.
Way
off.
Yeah. I go to the hotel breakfast just now.
Okay.
And
Continental?
What does continental mean?
It's a fancy word for cold bagels and cereal, from my experience. Continental sounds fancy. Because it's supposed to be about France. Like, the terminology of continental is like France,
right?
Belgium, Germany.
Which is weird, they're a country.
What?
Which is weird because they're a country.
What is weird?
I was like making a joke like it's not a continent. It's a country.
Yeah. Well, those are all the things on the continent of Europe.
Right. Oh, so it's all the things on the continent of Europe is supposed to be in a continental breakfast?
Yes. England.
That makes sense because sometimes there's cigarettes in the eggs.
When they said smoked salmon, I thought I didn't know it was going to be Parliament smoke. I didn't know it'd be menthol.
Also, does menthol mean mint?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just know there's menthol cigarettes and some. I don't know. Apparently they're gross.
Okay. So that's what a continental breakfast is. Just like that. What you described.
In the old days, continental was Europe, and then England was England because it's an island.
Okay, so point to me on my cup where.
Well, there's a lot of there's all the continents there.
All
It's literally all the continents. It's the world.
Where everybody listening, I just realized there was a world map on my coffee cup. My thing with a continental breakfast, and maybe that has something to do with the term, is it's serve your own, like serve yourself.
Yeah.
But I go to the breakfast here, and when you get those, this is an anxiety topic right off the top here. When you get those, like that spider sense of I'm about to be uncomfortable.
Yes.
I'm walking towards the breakfast, and there's no one there.
That's a good sign. It's good quality. Everyone dying to eat this.
Everyone that's eating it is dying.
Everybody is dying. They didn't come back. They ate it yesterday. Just died in their beds.
Yeah, they won't be there for lunch. And you were going to say something.
Oh, does this have hot food? It's just cold food, right? Does it have hot eggs?
By the time while I'm walking over, I have no idea.
Okay.
So I see one guy sitting in front of where the eat area is, and I'm like, I don't want to walk past him. I'm in my head because I'm wearing sweatpants.
Okay.
And so I walk around him and go to I attack from his flank.
Yeah, right. I like Napoleon on the continent.
Yeah, I had something in my pocket, and
that didn't make any sense, but I know what you mean because of the painting. Because he has his hand in his pocket all the
time. I'm so proud of that one, even though it makes no sense.
Got me, even though, oh my god.
So I get there, and there's all these coffee mugs, not a paper cup, mugs, and then there's silverware.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and all this stuff. And I'm like, here we go. I'm going to get some coffee, get ready for the podcast. And then there's this guy just leaning. He's just leaning. He's leaning. And which means he could be working, but he's leaning, and
he's got time to lean, time to clean,
time to clean. And he goes, "You having breakfast?" And
no, I'm just here to. I thought this was a museum. I thought these are exhibits of food. Just checking them out.
These mugs belong in a museum.
Indeed.
And he goes, "You having breakfast?" I'm like, to the point where I take my mask down to hear him, that stupid thing, and I go, "What?" And he goes, "You want coffee?" And I'm holding the mug, and I'm like, "Yeah, I was looking for it because I only see the cream." And he's like, "To go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And he gets coffee and then gives it to me, and I felt weird and left. It was. You had to sit down and be served breakfast. You couldn't go up and get it.
Oh. But then why was the cream there?
That's a great question. Why?
Because when
I want to know why the guy was there.
Why was the guy there? Why was there no explanation or a menu, probably?
There was. I ended up seeing a menu on the counter when I was trying to figure things out while he went and got my coffee. But so I'm like, I don't want any even fanciest hotel. Let's say I'm staying at the Four Seasons.
Okay.
Give me you get up and go get the breakfast.
Yes.
I don't want the served.
Well, let me ask you, what neighborhood are you in? Fancy or bad?
I'm in Napa from my walk yesterday, or the ride from the bus to here. I can't really tell.
Because I always like had this concern when I'm in a hotel. What's stopping people from just coming in and eating and leaving? You know, maybe he's maybe he's like the bouncer for that. I don't know, but I've never seen a man there, or you know. Usually it's just like I'm out in the open eating a bagel and the door's right there. I'm like, man, if I lived down the street, I'd be free bagels for the rest of my life. But then I guess they would see me all the time and know
this guy stays here a lot.
This guy stays here a lot and is always coming out of the front door and then leaving through the front door. Coming in and out of the front door. I don't know. He's never in his room.
And I will tell you, this is a fancy hotel. My mirror has Bluetooth.
For what reason could I possibly be?
Exactly. I haven't connected it to anything. Maybe when you connect it, it can make you look like someone else. But
oh, nice. I'd like that.
So would I.
That made me feel way less depressed in the morning. Oh, I look like Bruce Springsteen.
You picked someone so much older than you.
I know. Well, from the 80s.
Oh,
well, I don't know. He's a good-looking guy in the 80s.
Rambo now.
Rambo now. Just gross steroid veins. Oh, should cut back on the steroids. Should probably talk to a doctor.
Oh,
60-year-old or 70-year-old man shouldn't look like this.
So how are you?
Oh, all right. Right on me. Well, I'm just. What happened?
I'm not. I was asking how you're doing.
Oh, well, I'm good. I have all right. I have a couple things I wrote down.
Never have I asked someone how they're doing, and they're like, "Well, all right, you gonna put it all on me?"
Well, I came prepared. I have things written down.
I know.
I know. I'm just joking. I know.
I know. We're
very
both
unnatural.
We're both joking.
I know. We're both kidding or whatever. So our buddy Renan, who I mentioned actually on the bonus, maybe on the other episode last week, but he was supposed to be in Kiev with Louis C.K. the day before the invasion happened of Ukraine.
He left last week.
We celebrated with a brunch, which
yes,
we even back then a week ago we were like, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Yes, back then he was nervous, obviously for that part of the trip, and it was weird. But I know that he said he didn't want to. He was refusing to go there because of this.
But Louis was going.
Louis was going without him.
Oh, okay, all right. So the New York Post posted a story that said canceled comedian Louis C.K. is performing in Kiev on the day of the invasion. No one said anything, but luckily, we're friends with Ranan, and he has Instagram, and we saw, what the hell? I'm in Amsterdam with Louis.
Yeah.
He was in Amsterdam with Louis, and the New York Post is posting. But then he had a funny joke. Maybe the New York Post is as truthful as they say they are. Or something.
It was crazy because I did see that, and I was like, oh my God, he still went, even though it's getting as insane as it is. It is insane.
It's like performing in Poland, 1939.
Yeah. Why? Why would that be bad?
Something happened, I think. I don't
know. Next stop on the tour, Hawaii.
Hawaii. Pearl Harbor has a good venue.
It is that danger. I mean, it's crazy right now, and I'm obviously worried for my friend Renan. So glad that he's still updating us, because I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And then Renan's like, hey, New York Post, you idiot, we're over here.
Yeah, he's literally having the time of his life in Amsterdam.
Yeah, he was on mushrooms.
I'm thinking in my head he's like in a bunker with a helmet on.
Yeah. So I've been over here worried about my adopted son and neighbor Renan Hirschberg. So
Stomping around upstairs.
Yeah. I would miss those clog hoppers.
Hey, but then I'd move in. I'd move in up there.
Jeez, you really didn't waste any time.
I don't think I could move in there. I'd be too nervous that Joe would hear my footsteps. So,
or Ronon's ghost would stop
Ronon's
by.
Ghost. He would have an angry ghost. Yeah, his ghost would be like Slimer. It would just eat.
He's angry alive.
Yeah, I know. His ghost would be very vengeful.
I want to hear you pitching to me and Joe. Let's hear how you would ask, and you'd also have to give us how many days it's been since this horrible thing, that hypothetical thing.
If he's a prisoner of war,
anything. We're not going to name a tragedy because I don't want to put it out in the universe.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, don't.
But you're trying to get me and Joe to recommend you for the apartment.
Yeah.
Like it's like a Seinfeld episode where it's clearly too early.
Right.
Let's hear your speech.
I know we haven't heard or seen the former tenant in a couple weeks, but my lease is coming up. Somebody's got to live there. I have soft feet. I wear slippers and I have headphones. I'll even watch the TV with headphones. Get me in there.
Gotta tell you, that was pretty good. Soft feet. Soft feet might get you in there.
Yeah, soft feet, low sounds.
I think you'd be turned down by Joe because of your loud laugh.
Yeah, that's true.
Because my loud laugh, he's like, I don't hear from you until you laugh.
That's true. My buddy Jeremy, who listens to the podcast, I was a roommate with him. Are we? What is it called? Roommate. We're not sharing a room, but we're in the same house. Is that roommate? It's roommate.
I think roommate is just living together. It's broad enough. Like Caitlin's my roommate.
Yeah. Well, you guys share a bed though. It's literally a room.
I was doing a joke.
But, yeah. I had a roommate too who very platonic.
Yeah, you guys left notes for each other.
Yeah, we left notes. The note just said, "I'm leaving you," but it was a Dear John letter.
I just snot rocketed on that one. Oh,
it's like right. It was a Dear John letter about the milk and anyway, so I drank all the milk, but what are they saying? Oh, so I had a roommate in college.
You're really milking this.
I am, yeah, almond. So almond energy is going into this. You got to cash you up.
All right, can you pecan? I didn't do it right.
Oh, isn't there pecan milk? I don't know. Probably not.
No, I was trying to do like instead of can, like just can. But there's no pecan. You please keep going. Like,
all right, let me give you the whole story.
Oh, boy,
I'm not going to give you just 2% over here.
Oh, you're doing milk. I was doing nuts.
Well, that's milk.
Right. All right. We got to cash this in.
I already said that. Cashew.
Oh, you did?
I said cashew you up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, God.
I'm cracked.
You're expired.
Chunky.
You're chunky. Gross. Ugh. Oh, man.
My jokes were good 2 weeks ago.
You should get organic. It lasts longer, I hear. Man, that just reminded me of another story. Okay, so, my roommate, Jeremy, I never had a TV in college. I'd just watch on my laptop YouTube or whatever. And then he'd be like, yeah, I knew you were home because I could hear, like at 3 a.m. I'm literally just laughing my ass off at something I downloaded. He'd literally echo through the whole house. Like he would be downstairs watching TV and go,
I like how you're describing to me how loud your laugh is.
If I was a ghost, I would just haunt. Me as a ghost.
I would love if you haunted me. I would love if you haunted me.
All you hear is laughing all the time.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best laughs I've ever heard in my life. You're in my top 5 laughers.
Well, you too. Yeah, we're both loud laughers, so we get along. But I don't like.
You hate it when people get mad and it's like, oh, sorry, I was expressing joy.
Yeah, and it's happened my whole life. Has it happened your whole life? I remember like in class, like in grade school, there'd be like a small thing that happened, like somebody dropped their pencil and people go, and then you'd hear me, and everyone, literally, traumatic moments are when everyone just turns and looks at me.
Oh, God.
Worst. The worst. Just go,
oh, man.
Man.
What was the other thing you were going to say?
So about the milk. So remember, I think we talked about it on an episode. The most traumatic moment of my childhood is when I drop a gallon of milk and it goes under the fridge, and you're like, "Oh God, it's never going to be clean."
And because of this, if you're listening for the first time, because of this, every time something falls around you, you go, "Oh!"
Yes. It's like it's like traumatic. It's like at Saving Private Ryan where the guy. Well, I'll get into it. Hold on. So I'm going out with the lady. We pick up seltzer, and because we're watching a movie, and
nice.
I had been there the previous week, and I had drank all of her seltzer myself. So literally just pounded seltzer.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'll make it up to you. Let's stop and get more. We go into this Key Foods or something. Get it. We pick it up, and it has a handle. So I can't really find the handle. I'm pushing around the box until I find it, and I lock it in. We walk out of the store. I hear a... I'm holding it, the whole front.
The box ripped.
Like the Titanic. Just slowly went down.
Yeah, you see 4 LaCroix playing violins.
Yeah, one of them's... one of the LaCroix in the back is... 2 LaCroix are holding hands in the bed. Just ready for the end. And it was
2 LaCroix are fighting to be on the same piece of cardboard.
One LaCroix saying, Polar Spring, dead ahead. Or no, wait, Polar. Just Polar. Polar iceberg. So I hear one can go clonk, and the second can goes clonk, and I go, ooh. I'm holding it in like a war movie where the guy gets shot and he's trying to hold his guts in, like it's not working at all because the box completely dissolved. I'm holding the box, like trying to keep the guts in. It just keeps falling out because there's no box. It just literally just dissolves.
Is the lady with you or waiting?
She's sitting next to me going, she doesn't know what to do either. And I got to tell you, so this is in Manhattan. I got to tell you,
oh man,
it really surprised me. But everyone in the vicinity jumped to action. I'm literally standing.
You're kidding?
I'm literally standing there going, ooh, just holding the box.
Well, they thought a moose was giving birth.
Yeah,
that's why
they literally thought they must have thought a sniper like shot through the box and then it hit me. The way I was like freaking out, like, oh, this poor guy. So assassination attempt going on.
Oh man, yeah. I was gonna be sarcastic and go, "Well, oh, you're in Manhattan. I'm sure everybody ran over to help you," and that really happened.
People were like, "Ooh," like I blacked out. I didn't know what's going on, but by the time I came to from the anxiety, people were handing me cans. Here you go.
That's insane.
So I gathered them all up, and then this homeless guy comes up. 2 of the ones that are busted.
And asked everybody for money, and everyone was like, no, and kept walking.
That happened too, yeah, probably. But he came up, and there's 2 ones that are like, busted and seltzer spurting out. And he goes, the box broke, huh? And I go, yeah. And he's looking at those cans on the ground, and I go, he picks them up, like kind of to offer them to us. Literally, seltzer's like spraying in our face, and I go, yeah, you can have those if you want them. And he goes, wow, thanks. And he turns and walks away.
They're going to be empty if he doesn't drink them in that moment.
I don't know what I don't know. But even he helped, you know.
That's so great. Wow, you really brought New York City together.
Yeah, it was like that scene in Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire 1, where, you know, remember that scene where he's fighting the Green Goblin and they, like, throw rocks at the Green Goblin? Like, on the people on the bridge?
Yes.
And that was pretty lame, but...
Yeah.
The Green Goblin is just like, all right, I'll just get hit by these rocks.
No, you were Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2 when he stops the train and they all lift him.
Yes. And then those kids are like...
And then they look at you and go, he's just a kid.
He's just a kid. And then that homeless guy is that kid that hands me my mask. Here you go. I'm like, you can keep it. You touched it.
Keep it. Oh, man. So funny.
Oh, my God. And then I was, like, shook for, like, the rest of the night. I'm, like, having flashbacks to all the cans, and I can't stop talking about how all the cans fell. She's like, I get it. Cans. Oh, my God, the cans. I picked up one, like, you know, it's Saving Private Ryan, that opening scene where the guy picks up his arm. That's what I look like, picking up. He's just... What is he doing? Where is he going with that thing?
Yeah. I'm not trying to... it's a movie. Yes, it's based off a real thing. But when that guy picks up his arm, the first time, obviously, it shocks you. And you're like, oh, my God. The second time you watch it, you're like, all right, what's the game plan here?
Yeah. Where are you going to go? The Germans are shooting at you. I mean, even if you could reach a ER where they could have the capability of catching your arm.
He has extra reach if he...
Right. Maybe that's what he was doing. Just going to, like, use his arm to turn off the machine gun.
He's like, oh, I'll hitchhike. makes a thumb with it.
I mean, you know, maybe he's doing it for a joke. He holds it up. Hey, I'm well armed.
Like the Joker and the Tim Burton Batman. Here, let me give you a hand. And then his hand flies off. She almost falls to her death. And he goes, the best Joker.
The best Joker ever.
So funny.
I know. Oh my God. Oh,
best
so
Joker. Great. He pulls out that gun and it takes him a half hour to.
It's so long. It's
so funny.
Doesn't it just say bang, or is that a different gun?
No, that's a different time.
Oh, that's a different.
It's my. I was obsessed with this movie because of Jack Nicholson.
So
it was such a good Joker. But when he's dancing, he goes, you know, if it weren't for you, I just wouldn't want to live on. And then he pretends to shoot himself in the head, and then the bang flag comes out.
Nice.
Oh man,
he really I mean, Tim Burton too, and that whole Batman thing. But before, you ever watch the Adam West Batman? The Joker was literally the worst thing in the show, and
he had a mustache that he wouldn't shave, and you could see it through the makeup.
So they put white makeup over his mustache,
and it just looked. Every scene, Batman should have been like, "Hey, Joker, you got a little,
you got something in your mustache, Joker. You've been drinking milk." I never got that too. I'm like, just hire somebody else. Just hire another person who could shave their face. Why are you hiring this guy? He's a horrible Joker anyway. He's ugly.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I got another one here.
Okay.
We were in Carmel by the Sea yesterday.
Salty.
Yeah, delicious.
Yeah, salted.
Salty. That's so great. Well, Brian goes on stage. Well, backstage he goes.
Brian Regan, for everyone who's listening for the first time ever.
Yeah. He goes, Carmel by the sea. He goes, Carmel by the sea. Do they really need the sea? Like we know it's right over there. He's saying this, and I'm like, this is hilarious. You got to say this. And he goes out and he does it, and it's killing.
Oh wow!
And then I was like, oh, that's so. It's so cool to see something he just said off the top of his head back there kill out there.
That's great.
And then he goes later in his act. He goes, so I grew up in Miami by the sea, and then it just destroys.
Oh my god! Perfect.
Anyway, so we're in Carmel by the Sea, and me and tour manager Eric are walking around, and it's. Have you ever been over here to Bend over?
Call back.
That's where we were in the beginning. You haven't been to Carmel by the Sea or the West?
Never been to San Francisco. Never been to Oregon.
Okay.
Never been to Washington.
So it's very rich area. You're right on the ocean. So I watched the sunset on the ocean yesterday.
Very cool.
It was like insane.
What do you mean
anyway,
rich?
So,
like rich in experience or people money? Because you said rich and then you talk about a sunset. So I'm like confused.
Well, I meant like beachfront properties.
Okay. Expensive. What do you mean?
Sorry.
Everyone there is rich? Is that what you mean? Carmel by the Sea is a rich place?
Expensive is what I was trying to say.
Oh.
But anyway, the experience thing really tickled me.
Sunsets are free. I don't know. It costs a lot there.
Then who was I paying?
I don't know. The guy who took my cans.
And my breakfast order. So it's like very expensive homes, and all these shops are like really nice shops. There's no brand name place. It's all blah blah blah's coffee, and then Carmel clothing, or there was Coach and Tiffany's, but that's not stuff I'm going into, obviously. So Eric and I are walking, and we're both in them wanted to get a new article of clothing. He wanted a jacket, and I was looking for some stuff because I got all these weddings coming up. So we go in and a shirt costs, a regular T-shirt costs $100.
Okay.
And then a dress shirt, $400.
What? What shop? What is it? A brand name?
No brand names.
Oh man.
Well, they may have been brands of the clothing, but I don't remember.
Wow.
Because I didn't get them, obviously. But anyway, so I'm like,
but I mean, they're very. Let me guess. Very indescript clothes. Is that the word?
Yes.
Where you like if you look close, you're like, oh, that's $400, but far away, you're like, that's a shirt.
Exactly.
That's what rich people wear, from my
Oh
experience.
yeah. It's a delicate pattern from far away, but when you get close, it just shows you how much money they have. That is the pattern.
Yeah, it's their bank statement. Their pattern is their bank statement. It's just a lot of zeros.
Yeah, it's receipts.
It's their Bitcoin.
That's true.
Bitcoin wallet.
That's a tweet for you, buddy.
I did that already on TikTok, I think.
That people with less money have bigger patterns, and people with more money have little patterns.
It's something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I never saw it, but it's funny, so I wanted to.
Oh, thanks,
make
man.
Sure you posted it.
Maybe I don't know. I'll write it down.
Yeah. I know you need some reels.
Yes, I do.
So super expensive stuff, but I lost my Carhartt beanie on this run, and I wanted to get another beanie because it is cold here at night. So I'm looking, and I look on my phone, and there's this place called Khakis store. The store's called Khakis. So I'm like, all right, that doesn't seem like a rich place name.
Are you kidding? That sounds like the richest place. So rich people wear khakis.
I'm poor and I wear them, so I thought that we would be fine. Yeah.
What? You wear khakis, really?
What are khakis? Khakis are just the pants.
Yeah, that's like business casual, though.
Yeah, I wear them on stage and stuff.
Okay. All right. Keep going.
So I'm like, all right, that should be fine. I get in there and it's super expensive, and I'm like, okay, I'll just try to find their Carhartt beanies. I don't know. They set a trap, but I fell right into it. And I'm looking around, and all of a sudden I hear, now you're wearing some nice pants. And I look, and there's a floor woman.
Oh, yeah.
She just appears.
Mm-hmm.
And she immediately, I mean, she must teach the class.
Of how to sell clothes?
Immediately, she's holding other jeans going, so these are a nice fabric, and look in here, and all that. I'm like, and I want to be polite, so I'm like, oh, yeah, wow. And then she goes, now look over here. And I'm like, oh, I got to follow her.
Yep, I do that.
And she's like, and look at all these. These are great. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get to, hey, I'm looking around. That's all.
And she's
that's my next
fighting,
line.
So you can't say it.
She's hitting me before I can tap out. She's
not giving you like a chance to even speak.
No,
because
she's drowning me.
The words are gonna say, "Hey, I'm good. I don't need you really. I know how to look at things."
Yeah. So I'm like, I finally get it out. I'm like, I'm just looking around right now. Thank you so much, though. And she gives me her name, and I'm like, this is so smart. Now you're a person, because she's wearing a mask. I'm like, now you're a person with a name, and I feel worse.
Yeah, they know that. Yeah, sales.
I've never had this happen to this level before, and
she must get commission too, like all those big items.
She must, because as soon as she was doing this, I was like, your commission, and she's like, no, I said my name was Sarah. I'm like, oh,
commission.
Commissioner Gordon.
We gotta get the Joker.
She looked at me and goes, let me ask you a question. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? And if you haven't, you should do it in this. And then she lifts a piece of clothing. But
is that a line from Joker?
Yeah, that's what he says before he kills people.
Oh, really?
Which was my least favorite part of that character. Anyways, yeah. So
he says it every time he kills somebody?
No, not every time, but he says it a couple times because you're supposed to know. Spoiler from the movie from the 80s. You're supposed to know that's who killed Bruce's parents because he said it to them. And it's supposed to be something that's not Joker-ish because he wasn't Joker back then.
Right.
Anyways.
Okay. I got to rewatch that movie. I forgot all that stuff.
Great movie.
So scary as a kid when he falls in that waste and his smile is weird.
Oh, yeah. He
falls
the
in
Joker.
Yeah.
So we so I'm in the store, and I finally get I'm just looking around out, and I'm like, I'm free, we're good. And I'm walking around, and I'm like, oh, this is nice stuff. And I look, shoes are like $500. I'm like, oh boy, still holding out hope.
I hate that feeling.
Still holding out hope that there's an $8 beanie somewhere,
or some kind of coupon, 90% off sale.
Or a back door so I don't have to pass anybody on the way out.
Right.
So then I'm walking, and then she goes, now you're wearing a hoodie. And she shows up out of nowhere again.
With a hoodie?
She immediately grabs a hoodie. She's like, this is nice fabric. Feel this fabric. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Was it nice?
She's killing me. What'd you say?
Was it nice?
It was nice.
All right.
But it wasn't thick enough. Say what you want about lower income clothing. We have it thicker because we're going to be outside longer.
Yeah, we work outside. And we want more practical stuff,
Yeah.
They probably have a hoodie for every season. We want one that's just warm.
It was obviously a summer hoodie. It was like, what is this? This is so thin. Who wears a thin hoodie?
I don't know. Rich people.
And I'm like, still looking around, appreciate it. And I'm looking, some more, and then I realized I need a belt for my suit because I'm going to 6 weddings this year. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to get a belt, and I'm going to bring it to the register, and then we'll be good to go. And I get to the belt, and she pops out from in the bargain bin like Oscar the Grouch. Head pops up.
Are you the only one in the store? You must be the only one.
I'm not. I'm not the only one in there.
She's just coming after you.
She's just after me.
She senses weakness.
She's like a vulture. She's like, he's almost dead. I almost got. So I'm just looking at the belts, and she's like, now what size waist are you? And I'm like, good God. And I'm like, I think I'm this. And she's like, then she's got me. And she's
the waist.
Whips it out like Indiana Jones, and she's slapping it around. And then she goes, there, put this on. And I put the belt on. And now she's literally got me wrapped up. And I'm putting the belt on, and she's like, "Oh, you look great. It works for this. It works for that." I'm like,
"I know how perfect. I know how belts work." Yeah.
Yeah. This guy couldn't have picked up the most simple thing in this store.
It got explained.
She's like, it would go good with this, a $900 suit, and but then I'm like, perfect. I'll take this, and there's no. I don't have time to see the tag. I don't have time to see the tag. Go to the counter. She never says the price. And we're doing it, and I'm like, I got to see this price, but I'm getting this belt. I need a belt. $150.
Oh, my God. Makes me sick. Can I see it? Do you have it on?
I got it in. I'll show, when we're ending the episode, I'll run and grab it real quick and show it on.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So, been there, kind of, but I got a similar. Never really there. No, I always do.
Been there, kind of,
not really, but I got a similar story I wrote down. That's kind of like your angle, except maybe even more infuriating. So. Do a show in Brooklyn, tiny cupboard, and it was like decent, or I don't know, kind of just, it was kind of, one of those sets where you're like, it could have been better. Mm-hmm. And the next comic, of course,
yeah.
The next comic, of course, gets
Crushes.
applause breaks every sentence, and I'm like, God, I stink. So I'm like, what do? I have to drive home, so I go to the gas station and I get, I see, I'm just thirsty, there's no like water for sale in that place, so I go in this gas station, and they have Liquid Death for sale, lime flavored. So I'm like,
whoa,
ooh, look at this. So I get 2 limes, go to
in the coconut,
right, and I don't have cash. I'm like kind of nervous. Sometimes those places have like a minimum, so I go to the checkout and there's no one in line. I get the 2 lime Liquid Deaths. The guy pushes buttons, and I'm like, I don't want him to say there's a minimum, so I just ring my card right away. And I look on his thing. He rang me up for two Corona beers. He didn't know what Liquid Death was. Liquid Death is like $150, $180 a can. Should be about $4, $4.50. My total was $10.
Oh.
And I already rang my card. So what would you do in that situation? I didn't know what to do. And by now, of course, there's a huge line behind me.
Oh my God. Well, if you read, first of all, there's no refunds at a gas station.
None.
There's no way.
No, there's no store credit at a gas station.
Great. I'll use the difference on the pump.
There's no what is it called? Consumer. What's that part where you go to exchange things? That department?
Customer service.
Customer service. There's no customer service desk at the gas station.
God, if there was.
I'd be there.
Hey, I'd be over there going, what is with your bathroom?
Yes. For the love of God. Get a mop.
And I understand you don't want anyone to steal the key, but why is it attached to a pallet?
Does it really need to be a hubcap? I don't know.
So
it's always so gross getting that key too, because I'm like, how many people have peed on this? Probably millions.
On the key? Well, they definitely touched it immediately after peeing.
They did that, but then also like there's nowhere to really put it, so you're holding.
No one's washing the keys. I can tell you that.
And no one's washing that thing that's attached to, which is designed to pick up bacteria probably. That thing is like new life forms growing on it.
Yeah, to the point where they're like, when you're done with the bathroom, can I use the key?
Right. And even when you wash your hands, you still got to touch that thing again.
Yeah, it's really...
You're done washing your hands, and you got to hold that thing, unless you get gloves or, I don't know.
People think Corona was made in a lab. I think it was made in a gas station.
I think so, too. So he rings me up for the 2 Coronas. Actually, and then it comes out to be like, I guess it was like the Corona Tall Boys or whatever he put in. It was like $10.
Yeah.
And I'm clearly getting screwed here. At least paying double than what I should. What would you do? What would you do in that situation?
I would have bought it.
I asked for my receipt, and I double-checked. It was 2 Coronas. So I got in the car, and I was like, you know what I should have done? I should have just got 2 Coronas. Because he charged me for them, and then I bought the Liquid Death, and then I would have 2 Coronas for the future. I don't know.
That's what you should have done.
That's what I should have done. Great. I'm such an idiot. I thought of it on the drive home. I almost turned the car around. I'm like, and he's like, whoa, what are those? Hey, look, what you trying? Here's a receipt, buddy.
And he's like,
Then everything would have been whole. I mean, I didn't really want Corona at all. I wanted the drink, but
yeah, whiskey in the hole.
Whiskey in the hole. If I wrote Seinfeld again, that's what I would have do. You know, like how Larry's George's storyline is always like what he would have wanted to do.
Yeah, George grabs what he would have bought.
Yeah,
or what he charged him for.
Right. That's what a George would have done. The guy would have been like, "Hey,"
and then there would have been a cop that was in the gas station at the same time and would have arrested George.
Yeah, right. But he's like, no.
It's just like the pharmacy one.
Which one's that one?
When he's like, I gave you a 10, or I gave you a 20. You gave me change for a 10 or something.
Right. And he drew lips on it. That's how he knew. Oh yeah, that one's really weird because he sees that woman everywhere and she's riding a horse and he thinks,
oh, that's a different one.
No, that's the same one with the lips on it. Or
the one I'm thinking of is he goes to the pharmacy and she gives him the wrong change back, and there's a cop in the pharmacy, and he takes George away, and then later Elaine or Seinfeld is grabbing something, and George goes, "How much is that?" And he's like, "Blah blah blah," and it's the remaining difference.
And he shoplifts it.
And the same cop's there.
Oh man, I was thinking about shoplifting too on the way out, but I never do that. It's too nervous.
No, good God, are you crazy?
Oh, jeez.
I'd rather take the bathroom key. Boy.
I don't know. Something got me.
The bathroom
key. Flashback. It's infested me.
We got to wrap up soonish. Like, we got some time left, but
all right.
I got another one, and this is an ethics question. You ever have something where you're about to be in a hang, and something happens to you on the way to the hang, and you're like, can't wait to bring this up at the hang?
Yeah.
Okay, so my last flight before I get to be with Eric, Brian, his girlfriend, and start the run. I'm on my flight, first class. I get upgraded to first class, and I sit down, and there's only one seat next to me. And as soon as this guy sits down, he takes out 2 plugs and starts charging things. And there's only 2 plugs for the 2 of us.
Okay.
And he starts charging in both plugs. Doesn't say, I say hello as I... Doesn't say anything, and he starts charging on both plugs the whole flight.
What is he charging? What's the other thing?
He's charging phone and headphones that he's not using.
Oh, come on. Come on.
And then he's watching on an iPad show with headphones. So my question was to them and is doesn't he owe me are you gonna use this second plug?
Yes, of course. He owes you the courtesy of like, hey, you using this? You mind if I charge this second pair of headphones? That I clearly
spares
that I clearly could only use on a plane. You know?
He's like, I gotta connect them to my my hotel's mirror.
Yeah. What's his plan? Landing the plane and then like jogging for 2 hours? Like, I don't know why you would need headphones.
Yeah,
fully charged for that
so
long.
Much they have to switch. They have to switch headphones.
Yeah, like doing the Forrest Gump run across the country. Because why you would need 2 charged headphones? I don't know. I really don't know. I always charge mine for the plane, so I don't know what else you would use yours for.
Yeah, I know. And when I had to go to I didn't go to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom while I was on the flight. It was only an hour flight, but nice. I didn't get up to go to the bathroom because he had cords all over the.
He's trapping you in.
Yeah, I was like the lady with the belt. It's like there's just so many. There's cords everywhere. I'm like, I'm gonna get caught up in them like a rope trap in the jungle.
Yeah. What happened? Oh yeah. Doesn't it always happen where in those movies they fall down the cliff, but then the vines catch them?
Yeah.
That happened to you if you tripped. Oh, well, at least I got these.
Yeah.
Turns out one of them's
a snake.
What?
Turns out one of the cords is a snake.
Snake on a plane.
Yeah, I'm glad. All right, and then I tell the story, and it was like a hit on the bus.
Oh, nice.
And then Brian goes, "Let me ask you this." And he brought up another ethics, and I was like, "Oh man, I really got a good thing cooking here."
Oh, good.
He's like, "I
love a good cook."
He goes, "Did he do this? Did the guy do this?" And because everyone was with me, he should have asked for the second plug.
Yeah, of course.
But he goes, "You know what drives me nuts is when someone puts their bag in the center, underneath the seat in front, but in the center instead of in front of their feet, because sometimes there's a space in the center, and when they put their bag there, they're taking up that space where you both could put your foot on one side of it and have extra."
Oh, yeah.
And that makes them have all the leg room underneath them, and then you have to put your bag underneath the seat in front of you, so you have no leg room.
Right.
And I was like, he's like, "I hate it when people do that," and I was like, "Oh my god!" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "I didn't realize it because there were so many cords, but he did that too."
Oh my god, this guy's a serial killer. This guy's a sociopath. Who is this guy? What is his job?
I don't know. I think he's doing a survey on annoying people.
Did you look
collecting data?
Did you look at it? Sometimes I do that where I don't like a person. I look at what they're doing. You ever do that?
Yeah, he was watching a show and I was judging the show so hard, but I didn't know what it was. All these people work real hard on this show, and I hate it only because of this man.
Yeah, you ever watch it ever again?
Caitlin's like, "Hey, you want to? I heard this is pretty good." I'm like, "I'll never watch that show."
Only jerks watch that show.
She's like, "Oh, I kind of like it."
This one time, this woman. I ever tell you that where a woman fell asleep next to me on the plane immediately, and she just like snorted the whole night, or like she's like made pig sounds. Like I couldn't fall asleep because she kept going.
No.
I never told you that.
No.
Like I like
Pigman.
This Pigman. I literally close my eyes and go. I'm like, what is going on over there? So when we landed, I like looked at her phone just to see what the hell was wrong with her, and she just just first text she goes to her boyfriend, pick up food for me.
That could have been better if you wrote it.
It was literally like from the restaurant, like it just didn't say pick up food for me. It said pick up food for this place.
And then she writes to her doc. She gets a message from her doctor. You have a curled tailbone.
She gets a message from like the Department of Sanitation. We got some extra banana peels and apple cores if you're interested.
Gets an email from her contractor. So we tried hay and we tried sticks. We're gonna try bricks.
And she's texting her loan officer. This is all I got. I swear on the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Boyfriend goes, do you want to go to the? Do you want roast beef? and she's like, all right, let's go to the market.
Oh,
this little piggy wants roast beef.
But that's why I look at their phone. You should have looked at that guy's phone. He would have sent a text like, oh, I'm gonna.
Well, I was too busy charging.
What?
It's too busy charging.
Oh, his last text would have said like, instructions for disposing a body or something. Pick up plastic and an axe. Meet me at the hotel.
Oh man. Well, you got anything else? We got to wrap it up here.
No. Just a shout out to Ronnie who sent a nice Valentine's card to me.
Oh,
did she
that's
send
lovely.
you one? I think she might said that she sent it to both of us.
I may have gotten one, but I've been on the high seas, the high Carmel by the seas.
She said, "There's no one like you." With a gnome.
Oh, that's great.
And
she knows that we're sucking for puns.
Oh, my parents sent me one too, so I just shout them out.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that's the cards from a single guy.
My parents sent me a Valentine's Day package.
Oh, nice.
And it was delayed 2 weeks. This has been the topic I've been meaning to bring up, but I keep forgetting about it. It was delayed 2 weeks. My mom, I love my parents very much, but they would check up. It was making us both anxious. They would check every day, go, did you get this package? So they're freaking out. And then I'm like, good God, I don't have the package. And then it disappeared in the mail system. And then they finally went to deliver it while I was gone. So I show up and there's a slip on my door. And they won't let me request redelivery. And I didn't know I couldn't get it redelivered until I left for this run. So it's sitting... No. It's sitting in the post office, and I have to get it when I come back. And I told my mom that. She's like, what if it's gone?
What if it's gone? What if the post office eats it? Or post office workers. Before we go, we got to get that belt of yours.
All right. I got to stand up. Are you fine with this?
If you're wearing pants, I guess. I don't know.
I'm wearing pants. But
you're taking it with you.
I'm taking you with me. All right. So here, first of all, here's the mirror.
This is cool. It's like a video game.
Yeah, there's the mirror with the Bluetooth button. There's a button right here.
Okay. Whoa, it turns on? What are you staying? The future? What year is it there? Is it West Coast time? 10 years ahead of us?
And here's the belt.
Oh, okay.
You only do it in better lighting. I know it doesn't matter what lighting I show you it in, you're going to say it's not worth what I spent. But I know your angle here.
Let me see here.
I know you.
Yeah, that looks like one I have that cost $20.
No, she said this is a great belt, that I needed it to be this much, and that it's going to last me 2 months. So it's good,
Well, that's good to have. Yeah, mine break down.
Yeah, belts break down. This is this is gonna last me my whole life.
If that one lasts like 50 years, we'll be. I don't know how old we'll be, but I'll be like.
I can't wait to be recording this
in a retirement home
podcast with you.
I'll be in the ICU on a respirator. It was worth it. I was wrong, Steven. By then, God knows what the mirrors will be. When we're on our deathbed, the mirrors like dance or something. I don't know what they'll do.
That's how we'll be talking. Is through the
mirror.
We'll FaceTime on it. Oh man.
Whole podcast in the hotel mirror.
Well, it was this. I got to tell you, one of my favorite episodes in a long time.
It was great. I'm glad we got to do it.
It was a lot of riffs and raps. Any plugs you want to do before we?
Just the plugs from before. And I meant to issue a correction. The New York Times issues a correction. For some reason, I said Molly was coming to the Albany show. It's Olivia,
yes.
Our Patreon member, is coming to the Albany
Johnson.
show. So shout out to Liv. Sorry, I got you all mixed up because he read the names at the beginning and they all were in my head, so I got all confused. So
yes,
I don't have my calendar here, but March, just the upcoming show is March 11th to 12th. I'll be in Omaha with Emma Willman, and then I'll do that live Tuesdays with Stories March 22nd. So if you're in New York, you got to check that out. It's going to be fun.
You got to check it out. I'm unfortunately missing that. I really wish I was going to be. I will be on the road, but I know I wanted to be there. I'm going to be in Nashville Wednesday, the Wednesday following this recording, so March 2nd. Then I'm in New York the rest of the week, and then I'm opening for Brian in Atlanta on the 23rd through the 26th, and then the 27th we're in Indiana.
Wow.
So please
Dude,
come.
when did you get booked on all these?
Recently.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I didn't know about those.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited to be in Atlanta. I'm looking for. I've never really done a theater in Atlanta.
Oh yeah,
so I'm looking forward to it.
I haven't done a theater at all. One time I went to one though. Saw
movie.
I saw Batman. No, I've done them. I'm joking, but
I know you have. You're great.
I'm kidding. I don't know what I'm saying, but I'm excited for you.
Nobody else does.
No one
either.
else does. I'm just the coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
Well, I've been around the world. All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. And
wait, we gotta play the Patreon. Hey everybody! So we've done our 3 episodes so far. We're doing the 4th, maybe Monday or Sunday, but we've been doing a thing where we, talk about ourselves and life, and then we watch a. What did we watch last time? Oh, Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction.
We watched Beyond Belief. We watched videos
of Beyond Belief and commented.
Yeah. If there's something that you go to watch on YouTube that you want us to riff about, we'll do it on the Patreon. So send the links to us, and we'll put it on there.
Yeah. And that's about it, everyone. YouTube and all that. All the links will be in the description of, if you're listening on whatever device you're listening to a podcast on, links are in the description, and on YouTube they'll be in there too. And we're on the Helium Network, which we don't know what they do for us yet.
Thank you, everybody.